Hi, welcome to this video. Whoever sent it to you did so because they want to share some very valuable information with you. Information that will help you generate an extra source of income. Before getting into the heart of the matter, I'd like to tell you about myself. My name is Ferry and I come from an immigrant family in Italy. At school, I was definitely the poorest person in my class. In fact, to change this situation, I embraced the idea that I should go to university, get degrees, and maybe find the job that would pay me what I really wanted. And that's what I did. I made all the sacrifices. I enrolled in university, I graduated twice, and while I was studying, I worked. Just think, I'd get to university at 7 and leave at 4. By 5 I was at work and I'd work until midnight. This was every single day. During the Easter and Christmas holidays, I obviously went to work. I never went back to my family, precisely because I was hungry to change my life. Finally, after graduating for the second time with top marks and publishing an article in one of the world's most prestigious engineering journals, my first job offer arrived. Unfortunately, they only paid me 650 euros a month. But once again, I bought into the idea that I had to gain experience, so I accepted this job, and it was a job where I'd clearly leave. At 7, I had to be at my desk. I worked in an environment that wasn't always stimulating, wasn't always rewarding, and I'd come home exhausted after very long hours stuck in traffic. And I never had enough energy or strength to keep going. I understood deep down that something was wrong. I understood deep down that there was something different I could do. In fact, I saw people like Davide, for example, or Elena, who traveled the world, enjoyed wonderful experiences, and were always on the most beautiful beaches. When in reality, they were people who previously had the same problems I had, or even worse. For example, Davide still lived with his parents, never had money even for a coffee. He was someone who truly hated his job with all his heart, just like Elena, who never had enough time to spend with her family, and they were truly full of debt. Inspired by their current story, I decided to get in touch with them. Unfortunately, I never got any answers because they were very busy with their lives. After several attempts, they finally get back to me and grant me a meeting. I still remember it as if it were yesterday. It was a Zoom call at 7 in the evening where they were able to share their experiences with me, where they were able to show me the potential this business had. In fact, Davide, starting truly from scratch, without a degree, was earning more than 10,000 euros a month. Once again, I realized that I had made completely the wrong choices. And that's when, thanks to their guidance, I took the plunge and they put me in all their channels. And I was able to learn all the skills that led me within 30 days to also make my first $970. I promise you that this was a major turning point in my life. Since then, so much has happened and I am infinitely grateful because after making this decision, my life changed for the better. I have no bosses, I manage my time very well, I can spend quality time with my family, with my partner, with our children. And I can also help people like you watching this video to achieve the same result and change their lives. Before revealing all the details of this great opportunity, I'd like you to come with me and let's figure out together where you currently stand. I'm getting some help from the great Robert Kiyosaki, father of financial freedom in the world. He teaches us that in the world there are 4 ways to generate money. There are employees and the self-employed who tend to trade their time for money. On the other side, however, there are business owners and investors who understand they must build systems or make money work for them. Now I ask you, which of these 2 categories do you find yourself in? If you're an employee or self-employed, you've likely realized that money is never enough. If you wanted to go on vacation, for example, you have to ask your boss for permission. If your child isn't feeling well, you always have to ask someone for permission. If you wanted to take a trip, you always have to check your wallet because there's never enough money, right? And if you're here today, it's because you'd like more money. You'd like better control of your time, you'd like more income, you'd like more travel, you'd like to live your life on your own terms. And now let's go see how to make it happen. At this point, I'd like you to imagine a company, specifically Uber. What does Uber do? Uber understood very well that there are two groups of people, people looking for a taxi and taxi drivers looking for people. And what Uber does quite simply is connect these two groups. In this way, Uber has created a smart business since it doesn't own any taxis and earns every single time there's a transaction. Through this example, you've likely realized that smart people in the digital and artificial intelligence era build two main sources of income. The first is through sales, where they do the work just once and it pays them again and again over time. The second way is an economy, building a leveraged economy where they leverage, the efforts of other people or systems. This business model is called affiliate marketing. A super smart business is different from a traditional business because you won't have employee costs, costs for the delivery and production of services, or legal costs, not to mention the startup costs of your business. The time has come to talk about how much you'll earn with our system. If you're someone who just wants an extra income, we can tell you that at the first rank of our company, you could earn up to $700, building a base of just 14 people. How much would those 700 already change your life? Let's say that you're just a little bit more ambitious. With 500 customers, you're going to earn more than 10,000 euros. Let's say you get here and you want even more. With 5,000 customers, you earn up to 100,000 euros a month. I know you're probably getting excited, and at the same time you're likely wondering where I find 14 customers, for example, for the first level. Do you remember I told you about the leverage effect? Here is its power. The 14 customers to earn $700 don't all have to come from you. In fact, 10 can come from the people you've invited or from the people who invited you into this business. Now that the earning potential of this business is clear, what is actually the service or product that is being conveyed? How many times on the news do we hear that people have been laid off due to the introduction of robots, of artificial intelligence? A simple example, in supermarkets they've removed cashiers to put in self-checkouts. Cars nowadays no longer have drivers. What do people actually want? What are the skills they require to go and compete with these new technologies? From studies, people want at all costs to learn digital skills like how to position themselves on social networks and go and monetize, understand trading, create e-commerce businesses, invest in real estate, and much, much more. All things you've already heard, and that surely caught your attention, right? It's exactly everything that you, I, and your clients learn, and it's the service that we actually provide. From the moment you start, you'll have a digital academy that includes courses recorded from basic, intermediate, up to advanced levels, live sessions with our coaches and mentors, artificial intelligence systems that scan the markets and give you the highest probability setups, private applications that send you helpful notifications directly from our knowledgeable educators and experienced experts in every sector. And while you're sharing this academy with other people, you'll also be learning additional skills and abilities that will allow you to generate new sources of income. You can specialize in the field you like most, from social networks, forex trading, cryptocurrencies, real estate, fitness, artificial intelligence, mindset, and much more. I want to emphasize that you can have a worldwide clientele, as we have more than 17 languages and 93 strictly selected educators who are experts in their field. As if that weren't enough, you'll also have a support community throughout your entire journey. By community, we mean that you'll have all the tools and we'll take you by the hand to lead you to the result. The great thing about this business is that we all work united and together for the same goal. At this point, you'll be ready to get started. But wait, to qualify and become part of our community and enjoy all the support you'll need, we require a commitment from you of at least 90 days. What will you have at your disposal during these 3 months? A virtual dashboard where you can monitor all your business statistics, the entire academy, and the educational system we put at your disposal. Full technical support, 24/7 assistance, the possibility to start and sign up your first clients and earn right away, all the personalized training and workouts with our community, the funnel or our sales system at your support, daily follow-up with business coaches, and an important call where you set your personal branding and launch and scale on social media. All this is worth much more than 2,640 euros. For you watching this video, listen closely because we have a surprise for you. The price will be locked at 1,327 euros. But pay even closer attention because you're going to love what I'm about to say. For you, a decisive person who starts within the first 48 hours, you can start with only 630 euros. Crazy, right? And the surprises don't end here. Also for you who starts right away, I have 3 more bonuses. The first bonus is personalized guidance until you recover your investment. Statistically speaking, our students recover it within the first 30 days. Second bonus, 4 private sessions with our business coaches. Third bonus, we'll add you to our explosive launch community. Now you have 2 parts. The first is to ignore everything you've learned in this video and go back to your old life where you complain about your job, not having enough money, and not having enough time for the things that really matter to you. The second is where you decide to join our community, embrace our methodology, and let us help you toward the life you truly deserve with more extras, more luxury, and everything you really want in your life. Since you're ready to start, contact me through one of these channels or go back to the person who invited you, who will help you get started. I'll be waiting for you inside. See you soon.